Unfortunately, not everyone grows up with a consistent set of the ABCs of attachment: acceptance, belonging, comfort, and safety. Sure, some folks have a secure attachment style, supposedly around 50% of us, but many of us end up with what the researchers call an insecure attachment style. Maybe we grew up in homes where our parents were distant, preoccupied, disconnected, juggling a child with special needs, abusive, controlling, battling addictions, or drowning in their own grief during our formative years. These complex family dynamics create environments lacking safety and consistency, breeding internal insecurities and a nervous system perpetually on edge. This wreaks havoc on our internal working models of ourselves and others, leading to insecure styles of relating, like anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. To avoid the rigidity of the term attachment style, which often suggests fixed ways of being, I prefer to use relationship tendencies moving forward. This contrasts with the concept of being a singular style, which can imply a static state of being across all relationships. Each set of tendencies represents unique ways of being in our relationships and exists on a spectrum. For example, one person may tend to be more avoidant than another, while another might be less anxious than another. Then, stating that a person can tend to behave in a certain manner opens up the possibility that they can express different behaviors. For example, think of someone who tends to have avoidant tendencies but who, in a moment of calm, demonstrates a secure, loving presence. This is why, especially with insecure attachments, I discourage people from making statements like, "My partner is disorganized," or referring to someone as "my anxious partner." The language we use is crucial. Using such fixed descriptors suggests these traits define their identity. For example, instead of describing your partner as "my avoidant partner," it's more accurate to say "my partner who has avoidant tendencies." Exploring relationship tendencies invites us to cultivate empathy, recognizing that we did not choose or craft these tendencies. They were shaped by early childhood experiences, intersecting with our temperament, both beyond our control. Additionally, they might have been reinforced or primarily shaped by traumatic events unrelated to our parents, such as sexual abuse, racial trauma, or peer abuse. Despite the various factors that can contribute to our relationship tendencies, they often originate from our relationships with our primary caregivers. Since we are about to talk about parental or primary caregiver dynamics and how those dynamics shaped us, know that I do not do so with a gavel in hand. The paths our parents walked were often carved out without their say, shaped by forces beyond their grasp. Consider this. Parents who couldn't provide the emotional warmth we needed likely grew up in a home where warmth and emotional sharing were rare commodities. Then there's the anxious, critical parent who probably faced their own set of dragons, perhaps sharp criticism from their own perfectionistic parents, or hidden battles with addiction, without the solace of therapy or supportive others to turn to. Consider the overworked parent, sacrificially holding down multiple jobs to make ends meet. What about the war veteran whose persistent PTSD made it very challenging for them to be consistently present, warm, and non-reactive? Our parents, shaped by their beautiful and tragic experiences, became who they are, just as we are shaped by ours. How can we judge them harshly, knowing that if we had lived their lives, with their genetics, temperament, upbringing, neurobiology, and cultural milieu, we would have acted similarly. Acknowledging the ways our parents have shaped our relationship tendencies doesn't mean we're throwing them under the bus. It also doesn't have to mean we are going to ignore the past. Sure, my invitation is to not hastily brand them as the villains of our story without a second thought to the bigger picture. Their own histories, the cultural tides they swam against, and the family legacies and burdens they carried. But understanding their struggles doesn't mean we give them a free pass and live in denial. Whether it's due to abuse, their own overwhelming issues, or realities that would make us weep, it's okay to acknowledge that when we were younger, we didn't receive the nurturance, guidance, love, and protection we needed. For some of us, it's crucial to explicitly name abuse as abuse. These are realities and wounds we have the right to deeply feel and acknowledge. We have the right to speak our truths, name our deprivations or traumas, and courageously seek to leave a healthier legacy behind. While humbly noting that we may also need to save for our children's therapy fund.